Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Dr. Jamie Turndorf, also known as Dr. Love, and this is Get Your Ex Back Complete Guide Part 2. In this guide, I'm going to talk to you about letting the dust settle. It's not about your ex, it's about you. Stop everything you're doing. Let go of expectations and study the book, The Key to Your Success, quick review, and conclusion. Let's start with letting the dust settle. In step 1, you learned about the universal human need that holds all relationships together and the relationship essential nutrients which keep love alive, and you began to analyze what went wrong in your relationship to begin with. In order for the lessons you learned to sink in, step 2 consists of further getting control of your emotions, exercising and developing some discipline, and understanding why the best plan of action at this time is to take no action at all. That is, in regards to your ex, except for one suggestion I'm going to give you at the end. You're going to take no action towards or involving your ex. Maybe you were hoping that at this point you'd be standing at your ex's door with a present and a bottle of wine in your hands, but I'm sorry, it's not time for that. You've got some more work to do. Because it's not about your ex. This step of the program is where you come to fully understand the central key to getting your ex back. Once you understand the fundamental laws of attraction outlined in step 1, you realize that the key to rekindling a relationship lies only in your own healing, self-improvement, and self-empowerment. Until now, your focus has probably been largely on the outer world, thinking about your ex, wondering what he or she is doing, going over the past events again and again in your head, thinking about things he or she has said or done, feeling abused and victimized, la-da, 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 la-da. I'm going to redo this paragraph. Until now, your focus has probably been largely on the outer world, thinking about your ex, wondering what he or she is doing, going over the past events again and again in your head, thinking about things or she... I'm going to redo it a third time. Until now, your focus has probably been largely on the outer world, thinking about your ex, wondering what he or she is doing, going over the past events again and again in your head, thinking about things he or she has said or done, feeling abused and victimized, and so on. All the while trying to figure out what you need to do, looking for the perfect words or imagining some great romantic scene where suddenly all the words seem to come out right and you pull off some great romantic antic worthy of the movies, and then bang, sparks are flying and lips meet and the music swells. Okay, that could happen, but it's not likely. Let me ask you, did those kinds of movie scenes happen in your relationship that often before? Then why would they suddenly happen now? Let's stick to real life. The problem is that these are just fantasies looking for an easy way out rather than looking at the problem square in the face. And at this point, the problem and its answer don't lie anywhere else but within yourself. Now, you might not really want to hear this, but in fact, you are probably your own greatest enemy when it comes to achieving what you want. I told you I wasn't going to BS you and tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to shoot straight with you. Your inner turmoil and emotions are still, no doubt, whispering in your ear, or maybe yelling in your ear, and you're still having your own ideas and urges to go out and do all sorts of things. Your self-esteem is no doubt still not in a very good place. And you may also be finding yourself angry, sad, depressed, regretful, guilty, and so on. All of these emotions are what is blocking your way, not your ex or anything else outside of you. So stop everything you're doing. That is why you simply have to stop and cool off and regroup yourself before you try anything. You are just not in the shape to be making any moves yet. At this stage, it's all about what not to do. Don't call, text, email, write letters, write poems, follow, drive by your ex's apartment or house, or through his or her neighborhood, or past his or her workplace. Show up unannounced. Hang around places your ex goes. Talk behind your ex's back to family and friends. Start partying excessively. Date someone to make your ex jealous, etc. And don't sit around the house moping and sad and looking at pictures or videos of the two of you together, or watching endless hours of television, playing video games, eating excessively, or whatever is your way of reacting. You need to simply stop everything you're doing and get a grip on your habitual actions and reactions and honestly observe yourself and how you are coping with this situation. Seriously, how are you doing? Now let go of expectations and study the book. Remember that you got my method for a very good reason. You don't really know what you're doing at this moment and you wanted guidance. That is why at this stage you have to fully accept that fact. Let go of your expectations of the way you think this should be going and suspend your judgments about what I am telling you. Then commit yourself to studying the entire book, doing the exercises I give you, and using the workbooks and self-tests where I recommend. Don't jump ahead, skip exercises or activities, and try to apply the method piecemeal where you feel like it. Remember, your feelings are a mess and can't entirely be trusted at this point. Also consider the fact that your ex is probably in no better shape, so everyone's emotions are running high right now, and that situation is ripe for merely falling into the same bad patterns all over again. It's a touchy and maybe even volatile situation, and anything you do right now out of raw emotion or desperation is likely to backfire on you and make it even worse. So the key to your success, I want you to listen to me. You simply cannot make direct contact with your ex until you've calmed down and gotten yourself together and given him or her time to do the same. But here's the great part about that. Getting yourself together is ultimately the key to your success. This is because my method is based on the natural laws of human relationship and attraction I discussed at length in Chapter 1. Your goal is not to try and change your ex's mind with forced, smooth lines and manipulative tactics that have short-lived effect, but to make yourself attractive to your ex again. Remember, at one time you were attractive to your ex, but then that attraction changed because something was missing. That something is no doubt those relationship essential nutrients we learned about in Chapter 1. But you can't provide those essential nutrients to a relationship until you first provide them for yourself. That's why the next step is about how to give yourself personal essential nutrients you need and how to raise what I call your personal net worth. It is through this self-empowerment that you have any chance whatsoever of winning your ex back, because it is only you being your best self, now armed with the additional knowledge of what you need to provide your ex in the relationship, that is going to generate the attractive power that leads to reconciliation and rekindling the love. This is why it's not about your ex and what he or she or anyone else in your life thinks or is doing, but about what you now have to do for yourself first. I hope you now see where this is going, why what I am telling you makes sense and works, and why this method is your best hope of getting your ex back. So here's your quick review. Before I give you that one action regarding your ex that I promised, let's just do a quick review of what we cover in this chapter. You learn in greater depth why, right now, you need to do nothing but back off where your ex is concerned and focus on your own healing and growth. You learn how to let go of your expectations and judgments about anything to do with this situation and how to use the rest of this method to your greatest benefit. I go over all the most common mistakes one makes at this stage and how to avoid making them and having everything backfire on you big time. I show you how to face up to and begin to get control of all your negative emotions, whether it's your hurt, your regret, your anger, your sadness. And I give you exercises for looking further into what went wrong, the mistakes you might have made, and how to see things from your ex's point of view without guilt or blame. And now I'm going to give you permission to do the one thing regarding your ex. Via a one-time handwritten note, email, or voicemail message, yes, I mean call, when you know that your ex can't talk live. Leave a message that you've been thinking it over and you're beginning to realize why he or she was so unhappy and felt that breaking up was the only answer. That's it. Hang up. If you're the one who broke up, then the message is, I realize now why I wasn't able to give you what you needed. This exercise is as much for you in being able to admit and reflect on where you could have done better as it is intended to plant a seed in your ex's mind that will grow over time. By reaching out and caring about what he or she feels, you demonstrate maturity, strength, and that you are growing as a person. And this is how you begin to build up your attractive power, which we will cover in greater depth as the course goes on. So, I want to say goodbye to you for now, but I'll be talking with you again very, very soon in the description of my next part of the book. And to order this program or to learn more about it, click on the URL on your screen or Buy Now button. Talk to you in a minute. Bye-bye.